While much of the state's sugarcane crop grows east of where Hurricane Laura made landfall, the winds and water still took a toll. TWILA's Neil Melancon traveled to Iberia Parish, where one farmer saw all of his cane go underwater.
The sound of this water pump running has been with Ricky Gosselin for more than a week. Almost all of his 3,000 acres of sugarcane was flooded in the wake of Hurricane Laura. Because of the way the winds blew, he actually flooded after the storm had passed.
About 3, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the surge came in. We thought we had it. We thought we had it whipped, and but 4 o'clock it came in, and it came in with a vengeance. Not quite as bad as Rita, 4 to 5 foot, but now we're faced with challenging efforts to remove the water from inside our levees and amongst our newly planted cane.
Ricky said it's not just that the cane is exposed to salt water, as the salinity right now seems low. It's that pumping the water out means pumping money out of his farm.
We're moving water out. The tide is working with us, but it's going to be a long road ahead. Several million gallons of water that's on several thousand acres of land, and not only on our land, but where our farm's located. The city in Iberia Parish drains here to the bottom. We're at the lower end. Really good farmland, but low land that holds water, and it's next to the commercial canal and the coastal canal, and it's set right in the industrial sector of the port. Most of our land that's flooded. So we're faced with challenges with debris that floated in our crop. That's going to be problematic for the harvest season with butane bottles, logs, and other debris. But currently we're doing everything we can to save the crop. And people don't realize, but we're looking at the 2020 crop that's due to harvest in 30 days, and 2021 crops 95% completed planted. So we're fighting 2 years of crop. And
it bends, but we don't break.
Northwest of Ricky is Eddie Lewis's farm, where cane lodging is the problem. Hours of sustained winds, sometime reaching 65 miles an hour, has put a permanent lean into the stalks. Lewis said it was a really good-looking crop before the hurricane.
We was probably about 65–70% finished with planting season, and everything was going pretty well. The cane was pretty straight, so it was able to get in the fields in and out pretty quick and put some cane in the ground. But with Laura hitting, kind of bent the cane up a good bit. So we're going to have to kind of change things up a little bit, maybe do some automatic billet planting.
Jim Harper, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau and a cane grower himself, commiserated with Lewis. He said all the cane on his farm in Cheneyville is lodged, but no matter the crop, farmers affected by the storm are in for a difficult season.
Farmers always have a lot of sympathy from one another because we've all experienced when someone goes through this. And while we did have rain and a lot of wind, we're fortunate compared to Southwest Louisiana. So, we feel a lot of sympathy for them, and it's heartfelt, and we want to do everything we can to help these farmers.
Mike Melancon in St. Martinville was still seeing rain on his cane days after the storm. However, when we caught up with him, he was more worried about some of his fellow farmers in the northern part of the state.
Well, they have some power issues, and they also have fuel issues, and they need to run some generators to take care of their poultry houses. So we're rigging up some things to bring up there tomorrow morning, kind of as a quick fix. Hopefully it's something that doesn't cause huge problems for them, but we're going to take the fuel component out of their problems. I hear they have problems with getting feed as well. To their chickens, but we'll fix one issue. We'll get their generators running and hopefully keep them afloat for a little while longer.
Much of the sugarcane in Louisiana looks like the cane here at Eddie Lewis's field. Lodged, that means laid over from Hurricane Laura's winds. Now, it's not only going to be a problem when harvest begins, but as it rolls along, because the delay it's going to cause means that sugarcane will be exposed to things like frost, which could be a real problem as harvest will continue well into December and into January if the weather doesn't hold up. Reporting from Youngsville, I'm Neil Melancon.
Sugarcane harvest, also known as grinding season, usually begins at the end of September.